and Dan aren't overweight.
Jane and Dan aren't overweight.
Are Jane and Dan overweight?
Are Jane and
No,
Dan overweight?
Jane and Dan aren't overweight.
No, Jane and Dan aren't overweight.
They're slim.
They're slim.
Are they slim?
Are they slim?
Yes, they're slim.
Yes, they're slim. Yes, they're slim.
They used to be overweight.
They used to be overweight.
Did they used to be overweight?
Did they used to
Yes,
be overweight?
they used to be overweight.
Yes, they used to be overweight. Yes, they used to be
Who
overweight.
used to be overweight? Well, it's Jane and Dan.
Who used
Jane
to be
and
overweight?
Dan used to be
Well,
overweight.
it's Jane and Dan. Jane and Dan used to be overweight.
Two years ago, Jane was overweight.
2 years ago, Jane was overweight.
2 years ago, was Jane overweight?
2 years ago,
Yes, that's
was
correct.
Jane overweight?
Jane was overweight.
Yes, that's correct. 2 years ago,
How overweight
Jane
was Jane?
Was overweight.
Well, Jane was very overweight.
How overweight was Jane?
2 years ago,
Jane was
Anne was also
very
overweight.
2 years ago, Anne was also overweight.
2 years ago, was Anne also overweight?
2 years ago,
Yes,
was
Anne was also overweight.
overweight? Yes, 2 years ago, Anne was also
How overweight was Anne?
How
Well,
overweight was
Anne was a little overweight.
Well, Anne was
2 years ago,
overweight.
Jane and Anne were slim.
2 years ago, Jane and Anne were slim.
2 years ago, were Jane and Dan slim?
2 years ago,
No, they weren't
was
slim.
Jane and Dan
They
slim?
were actually overweight.
No, they were slim. They were actually
How overweight were they?
Overweight.
Well,
How overweight
Jane was
were
very
they?
overweight, and Anne was a little overweight.
Well, Jane was very overweight, and Dan was the little overweight.
Now, you're going to ask questions about Kate and her brother Tom.
Now, I'm gonna questions about Kate and her brother Tom.
When Kate and Tom were little, they thought Santa Claus was real.
When Kate and Tom were little, they thought Santa Claus was real.
When Kate and Tom were little, did they think Santa Claus was real?
When Kate and Tom
Yes,
were little,
they thought Santa Claus was real when they were little.
Was real? Yes, they thought
They
Santa
didn't
Claus
think
was
Superman
real.
was real.
They didn't think Superman was real.
Did they think Superman was real?
Did they
No,
think
they didn't think Superman was real.
No, they didn't think
They
Superman
didn't
was
think
real.
Batman was real.
They didn't think Batman was real.
Did they think Batman was real?
Did they think
No,
Batman
they didn't
was
think Batman
real?
was real.
No,
They thought
didn't
someone else
think
was
Batman
real.
was real. No, they didn't think Batman was real. They thought someone else was real.
Who did they think was real?
Who did they think
Well,
was
they thought
real?
Santa Claus was real.
Well, they thought Santa Claus was real. Well, they thought Santa Claus
Why did they
was
think Santa
real.
Claus was real?
Why did they think
Well,
Santa Claus
it's because
was
their
real?
mother had told them once that Santa Claus was real, and they believed her.
Well, it's because her mother had told him, her mother had told them. That's one said. Well, it is because her mother had told them. One said, the Santa Claus was real, and they believed her.
They used to believe that Santa Claus was real.
They used to believe Santa Claus was real.
Did they used to believe that Santa Claus was real?
Did
That's what they used to believe.
um, they used to believe Santa Claus was real? Yes, and that's what they used to believe.
When Tom was a boy, he had a friend named Nick.
When Tom was a boy, he had a friend named Nick. When Tom was a boy,
When Tom
he
was a
had a
boy, did he
friend
have a
named
friend
Nick.
named Nick?
When
Yes,
Tom
that's
was a boy,
correct.
did he
He had a friend
have a
named Nick
friend named
when he
Nick?
was a boy.
Yes. When Tom was a boy,
One
he had
day,
a friend
Nick
named
told him
Nick.
something surprising.
One day, Nick told him something surprising. One day, Nick told him
Did Nick tell him something
something
surprising
surprising.
one day?
Did Nick tell
Yes,
him?
Nick told
Did
him
Nick
something
tell him?
surprising one.
Did Nick tell him something surprising one day? Yes, Nick. Nick. Yes, Nick told him something surprising one day.
Day. What did Nick tell him?
What
Well,
did Nick
Nick
tell
told
him?
him that Santa wasn't real.
Well, Nick told him that Santa Claus wasn't real.
Did Nick tell him that Santa wasn't real?
Did Nick tell
Yes,
him that Santa
that's what
Claus
Nick
wasn't
told him.
real? Yes. And that's what did that yes, that's what Nick told him.
When Tom realized that Santa wasn't real, he was surprised and sad.
When Tom realized the Santa Claus wasn't real, he said he was surprised and sad.
When Tom realized that Santa wasn't real, was he surprised and sad?
When Tom
Yes,
realized
he was
Santa Claus
surprised
wasn't
and
real,
sad.
was
He didn't feel
was
angry.
surprised and sad. Yes. He,
Did he feel?
yeah, he was surprised and sad. He didn't feel angry. He didn't feel angry. Did
Feel
he
angry?
feel angry?
No, that's not how he felt. He didn't feel angry.
No, that's not how he felt. He didn't feel angry.
How did he feel?
How did he
Well,
feel?
he felt surprised and sad.
Well, he felt surprised. He felt surprised and sad.
Why did he feel surprised and sad?
Why did he feel
Well,
surprised and
it's
sad?
because before Nick told him the truth, he truly believed that Santa was real, and he loved Santa very much.
Why did he feel surprised and sad? Well, it's because mm, uh, before the Nick told him Santa Claus wasn't real. He well, it's because before Nick told him truth, the truth. Well, it's because before Nick told him the truth, he truly, he truly, he truly, he truly, he truly, truth. He truly believed that Santa was real, and he loved Santa very much, very much. Well, it's because before Nick told him the truth, he truly believed that Santa was real, and he loved Santa very much.
Much. When Tom got home, he did something he didn't want to do.
When Tom got home, he did something he
What did
didn't want
Tom
to
do
do.
when he got home?
When Tom
Well,
got,
he told Kate that
what did he
Santa
do
didn't
when Tom got
actually
home?
exist.
Well, he told Kate that the Santa didn't actually
Did he tell
exist.
Kate that Santa didn't actually exist?
Did he tell Kate that
Yes,
Santa
that's
didn't
what he told
actually
her.
exist? Yes,
He didn't
that's
tell
what he
Kate that the
told her.
parents were sick.
He didn't tell Kate that their parents were sick.
Did he tell Kate that the parents were sick?
Did he tell Kate
No,
that
that's
their
not what he told
parents
her.
were sick?
He told her
No, that's not
something
what he
else.
told her. He told her something else.
What did he tell her?
What did he tell her?
Well,
What
he
did he
told her
tell
that
her?
Santa didn't actually exist.
Well, he told her. Her that Santa Claus didn't actually exist.
When Kate realized that Santa didn't exist, she cried.
When Kate realized that Santa Claus didn't exist, she cried.
When Kate realized that Santa didn't exist, did she cry?
When Kate
Yes,
realized that Santa
that's what
Claus
happened when
didn't
she
exist,
realized that
did she
Santa didn't
cry?
exist.
Yes,
She didn't cry for just a few minutes.
Yes, that's what happened when she realized that Santa didn't exist. Yes, that's what happened when she realized that Santa Claus didn't exist. She didn't cry for just a few minutes. A, a few minutes. A few minutes. When Tom realized that Santa Claus didn't exist.
Did she cry for just a few minutes?
Did she cry for
No,
just a
she
few
didn't
minutes?
cry for just a few minutes.
No, she
She
didn't
cried
cry
much
for
longer
just
than
a few
that.
minutes. She cried much longer
How
than
long
that.
did she cry?
How long did
Well,
she
she
cry?
cried for almost an hour.
Well, she cried for almost an hour.
Why did she cry for almost an hour?
Why did she cry for
Well,
almost
it's
an
because
hour?
she has
For
learned that
almost
Santa
an
didn't
hour.
actually exist.
Well, she cried because she realized the Santa didn't actually exist.
Now, you're going to ask questions about two sisters named Grace and Emma. Grace and Emma have pets.
Grace and Emma have pets. Grace and Emma.
Do Grace and Emma have pets?
Do Grace
Yes,
and Emma
they have pets.
Yes,
Their
they
pets
have
aren't
pets.
dogs.
Their pets are dogs.
Are their pets dogs?
Are their
No,
pets
their
dogs?
pets aren't dogs.
No, their pets are dogs.
Their pets aren't cats.
Their pets are cats.
Are their pets cats?
Are their pets
No,
cats?
their pets aren't cats.
No, their pets aren't cats.
What kind of animals are their pets?
What kind
Well,
of animals
their pets
are
are
their pets?
spiders.
Well, their pets are
They
spiders.
think their spiders are cute.
They think the spiders are cute.
Do they think their spiders are cute?
Do they think their
Yes,
spiders
they
are
think
cute?
their spiders are cute.
Yes, they think their spiders are
They
cute.
aren't afraid of their spiders.
They aren't afraid of spiders.
Are they afraid of their spiders?
Are they
No,
afraid of spiders?
they aren't afraid of their spiders.
No, they aren't afraid of spiders. No, they aren't afraid of spiders.
When they were young, they were afraid of spiders.
When they were young, they were afraid of spiders.
When they were young, were they afraid of spiders?
When they were young,
Yes,
were they
they
afraid
were
of
afraid of
spiders?
spiders when they were young.
Yes, they were afraid of spiders when they were
They
young.
weren't afraid of birds.
They were afraid of birds.
Were they afraid of birds?
Were they afraid of
No,
birds?
they weren't afraid of birds.
No,
they
were
were afraid of
of
something
birds.
else.
They were afraid of something else.
What were they afraid of?
What were they afraid
Well,
of?
they were afraid of spiders.
Well, they were afraid of spiders. Well, they were afraid of spiders. Well, they were afraid
When
of
they were young,
spiders.
they didn't think spiders were cute.
When they were young, they didn't think spiders were cute.
When they were young, did they think spiders were cute?
When they were
No,
young, did they
that's
think
not
spiders
true.
were cute?
They didn't think spiders was cute.
No, that's not true. When they were young, they didn't think spiders were cute.
What did they think about spiders?
What did they think
Well,
about
they
spiders?
thought spiders were really scary.
Well, they thought
They
spiders
didn't think spiders were
really
interesting.
scary. They didn't thought spiders were interesting. Did they think the spiders were interesting?
Did they think spiders were interesting?
Did they think
No,
spiders were
they didn't think
interesting?
spiders were interesting.
No, they didn't think spiders were interesting.
What did they think about spiders?
What did they think
Well,
about spiders?
they thought spiders were really scary.
Well, they thought spiders were really scary.
Who thought spider was really scary?
Who thought
Well,
spiders
it
were
was Grace
really
and Emma
scary?
who thought spiders were really scary.
Well, it was Grace and Emma. They thought spiders were really scary.
One day, Grace and Emma watched the cartoon.
One day, Grace and Emma watched the cartoon.
Did Grace and Emma watch the cartoon one day?
Did Grace and
Yes,
Emma
they watched the
the
cartoon one day.
Yes, they watched
The cartoon wasn't about dogs.
The cartoon wasn't about dogs.
Was the cartoon about dogs?
Was the cartoon
No,
about
the
dogs?
cartoon wasn't about dogs.
No, the cartoon
The
wasn't about
cartoon
dogs.
wasn't about cats.
The cartoon wasn't about cats.
Was the cartoon about cats?
Was the cartoon about cats?
No, it wasn't.
No,
The
it
cartoon
wasn't.
was about something else.
The cartoon was about something else.
What was the cartoon about?
What was the cartoon
Well,
about?
the cartoon was about spiders.
Well, the cartoon was about spiders. Well, the cartoon was about spiders.
The cartoon was funny.
The cartoon was funny.
Was the cartoon funny?
Was the cartoon
Yes,
funny?
the cartoon was funny.
Yes, the cartoon was funny.
How funny was the cartoon?
How funny was the cartoon?
It was very funny.
Well,
The spiders in the cartoon
was very
weren't
funny.
scary. Was the spider?
Spiders were in the cartoon. Spiders in the cartoon were funny. Was a spiders in the cartoon funny?
Spiders in the cartoon scary? No, they weren't scary at all.
Were spiders in the cartoon
The spiders
scary?
in the
No,
cartoon were
they
cute.
weren't scary at all.
Were the spiders
in
in the cartoon
were
cute?
funny.
Yes, they were cute.
Were spiders in the cartoon cute? Yes, they're cute.
Before they watched the cartoon, they were afraid of spiders.
Before they watched a cartoon, they were afraid of spiders. Spiders.
Before they watched the cartoon, were they afraid of spiders? Yes, that's correct. Before they watched the cartoon, they were afraid of spiders.
Yes, before they watched a cartoon.
After they watched the cartoon, something interesting happened.
After they watched the cartoon, uh,
what happened after they watched the cartoon? No, after they watched the cartoon, their fear of spiders was completely gone.
After they watched the cartoon,
they weren't afraid of spiders anymore.
The cartoon, well, after they watched the cartoon, their fear of spiders were completely gone. After they watched the cartoon,
were they still afraid of spiders?
After they watched the
cartoon, no, they weren't. After they watched the cartoon, they weren't afraid of spiders anymore.
After they watched the cartoon, were they still afraid of spiders? No, they weren't. After they watched the cartoon, they weren't afraid of spiders anymore.